This may be a weird intro to a video, but I was just like, why don't I just utilize my time and make my video while I get ready, because I'm a multitasking queen. Today's video is going to be all about films that are actually good but would make film bros angry. I actually don't know why I did this first, because I meant to put on my face mask. That was my toner. So, as we know, film bros like to claim the best movie of all time is Pulp Fiction or Fight Club or something macho like that. And a lot of the times when I bring up, where's my face mask? Bro, where'd you go? Yeah, so film bros are people whose favorite films, oh, they first of all they study film, or they think they know everything about films because, you know, they're men and they like to think they know everything. But really, there are some really great movies that they really underestimate. Like, I'm sure Pulp Fiction is a great movie. Like, I'm sure it's like hilarious or whatever. I don't really know what it's about. Like, I watched like the first half an hour, I think, and I had no idea what it was about. So that just yells to me that it is irrelevant, you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna make you guys angry, or most of you happy, because I know a lot of you guys will agree with me on this, that these films are just not given the love they deserve. I'm gonna start off and tell y'all my favorite movie, which is Clueless, with Alicia Silverstone, Paul Rudd, just an unbelievable cast. Brittany Murphy, just beautiful. We love it. We stan it. I love Brittany Murphy. Rest in peace, Angel. But really, Clueless is a feminist masterpiece. Maybe not a feminist masterpiece. Never mind. But it does pass the Bechdel test, which is, you know, important and stuff, or whatever. I'm kidding. It is important. But what's really great about Clueless is that it has multiple plot lines at once. I just think this whole thing about good movies, I'm using way too much of this on my skin actually, they all just seem to be kind of one plot line. They're not really diverse enough, you know? Also, Clueless, the casting is like, you know, semi-diverse. It's still a fucking black best friend trope, but you know, for the 90s, pretty good. Clueless, if you didn't know, is based on the beautiful novel by Jane Austen called Emma. It's a matchmaking love story. However, in Clueless we have multiple storylines. We have the Ty storyline, like Ty's rise and fall, and then we have Cher's growth. Cher is just an icon. She is just beautiful, but we also have the teacher love story kind of thing, the matchmaking one. And then we have Cher's growth, which is really the most iconic bit of it, and I love that she wasn't always a spoiled Malibu princess. Like, she is obviously a spoiled Malibu princess or wherever she's from, Beverly Hills. But she's also, you know, she's aware, and she is a nice person. She's not just like a mean girl, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, I just adjust myself. One of the most seminal like works that is so underrated and was literally hated by film bros is Jennifer's Body with Megan Fox, 2009, I think. Do I need to say anything more? It is a feminist masterpiece. Kill all men 2020, period. Like, it is just not art. It was mismarketed, first of all, so before we get into that, it was mismarketed. It was marketed towards fat boys when it really shouldn't have been. When the director, what's her name? Diablo Cody, isn't it? Yeah, Diablo Cody. She was like, this is how it should be marketed. And she was like, wrote a whole essay, paragraph, whatever, saying, this is how I want it marketed. And then whoever was in charge of marketing replied and just goes, Megan Fox hot. So they just casted Megan Fox for basically clickbait. They manipulated it into a movie that it wasn't, and people then perceived it that way. And then it just became this whole thing about it being a bad movie when it isn't. And now it's getting a cult following, and everyone's like, shit, we underestimated that film. And in the test screenings, they used all frat boys, and they took these legitimate suggestions into, like, what's the word, into consideration. One guy wrote on a piece of paper, needs more boobs, but spelled boobs, B-E-W-S. There's a great interview. Just look up Diablo Cody and Megan Fox interview, or just Jennifer Body interview, because it is so good. It is such a good interview. Also watch the movie. And another iconic film is Bridget Jones's Diary. Bridget Jones is a normal average woman who is obsessed with her weight, which is a little bit too much concentration on that for me, but you know, late 90s, early 2000s, we get over it. An unreal cast. Renée Zellweger, Colin Firth. Is that the one? Is that the one in there? Is that Colin Firth? Yeah. the one who, what is his name? The one in Notting Hill. Is that the name of the movie? My knowledge is, whatever his name is, Hugh? Is his name Hugh? Maybe. Anyway, just beautiful movie. We love to see just an average girl being fought over, and we just love to see like a bit of different body representation, even though she's not even fat, she's made a bit of weight. We'll just move on from that. Okay, another really great film is Scooby-Doo, the first movie. First of all, unreal cast. Second of all, like, I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar's fight scene literally ended misogyny, like literally just ended it, because when she fought, I was just like, whoa. Also maybe my sexual awakening. So, comedy gold. Like, have you seen the scene where Scooby dresses up as a woman? Art, absolutely just golden. It might be controversial, most people don't agree with me. Miss Americana. Justice for Taylor Swift 2020. Y'all go stream folklore. But first of all, I just love how this was her comeback. Like, she literally was just like, to Kanye and Kim, she was like, not today, not on my watch. Y'all go and respect me. And she's going to tell her side of the story, and also how she addressed how she used to not be political and now she is. Now she realized it was problematic, and how she needs to express her opinion and help people with her power and her platform. And art. So stream folklore. This one was kind of highly requested. Twilight. I just want to say the first one changed the game, solidified the whole cult following. I know we had Harry Potter and that kind of had a cult following, but Twilight really was a different thing. Like, the whole fight, the whole war between Jacob and Edward, it really just was the first time I personally had seen that, and it was just really just beautiful. It's just pure nostalgia that films like Pulp Fiction will never be able to produce. Like, you cannot get nostalgia from Pulp Fiction. And like Pulp Fiction, like, will never give me as much serotonin as watching Twilight on a rainy autumn evening does. Like, it just won't, so stop trying. Legally Blonde, do I have this anymore? Feminist fucking masterpiece. Everyone looks at Legally Blonde and is like, oh, it's gonna be a stupid little girly movie where she runs off to try and get her boyfriend back, and she's all a dumb little blonde, but she's not. Also, the scene where Enid, I think is her name, they're really like internalized misogyny, and where she's like, maybe you can go to your little frat party or whatever, and then Elle's like, well, if you had come, I would have been nice to you at least, and she's like, and she's a fucking cunt and I hate her. But I love to see how it came from Vivian being like the enemy, and how we hated Vivian, and how she was horrible and mean, and honestly internalized misogyny again. Like, we just love to see how she grew, and we just beautiful. Also, just Elle Woods is an icon, and we should all look up to Elle Woods. And another reason why it's just a feminist masterpiece is just so the Californian pretty blonde people don't just fit into one box. If they're a sorority, they can be smart, and most of them are smart. Like, they're in college, like, they have to be some sort of smart, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. So they're smart, she's just pretty, and she's like, it was going to Harvard, and she tries hard for it. She doesn't get in on money, she tries hard, and she's so creative. That Harvard video, mwah, beautiful. The last film that I will talk about, but it is not really the last one. If I think of more, I will make a second video. But She's a Man. I only recently watched it. I was on YouTube. We have no excuse not to watch it. Again, feminist masterpiece. Like, her football team gets cancelled, even though she's obviously a great player. They won't let her try out for the men's team. So then she's like, stop, I will pretend to be a man, show them all that I can be as good. And gets onto the team and just kills it. And she also gets Channing Tatum. Icon. So it addresses toxic masculinity. You know, the scene where Duke is like, I'm just really bad at talking to girls, I need help. Like, yes, he needs help, and he's not afraid to ask for it. The execution between Viola and Sebastian, like, Fight Club could never. Last scene where they're at the football game and Viola is like hiding under like the stands, and then she gets her brother, and like, but her brother is on the pitch long enough to pretend to be the person who's been there all along, and like the whole thing is just executed so beautifully at the end. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It was just so well done. Also, Viola breaking up with her boyfriend in the first 7 minutes, like, because her boyfriend made a misogynistic comment. Girl power, and we love to see it, because he's a douchebag anyway, and she gets a Channing Tatum, and he's wonderful. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed me ranting about these films that are actually really good, but film bros would hate. Film bros, don't comment. Like, it's not worth your time, because I'm not willing to have an argument about this. Pulp Fiction, I don't know what movies you guys like. And those ones will never add up. They will never compare to these movies. Like, you just have to stop right now. Otherwise, you're just playing a losing battle. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below other movies that are like this because I need more and I will watch them all. But thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!